Elon Musk calling ESG a scam. After Tesla was removed from the S&P Global's ESG index, Elon Musk tweeting on Wednesday, quote, Exxon is rated top 10 best in world for environment, social, and governance by S&P 500, while a Tesla didn't make the list. ESG is a scam. It's been weaponized by phony social justice warriors. Joining us right now to talk about this is Just Capital CEO Martin Whittaker. Martin, it's a fascinating issue. A lot of people on Wall Street have been talking about it over the past couple of days. What was your reaction to the S&P taking Tesla out of that list?
Well, when I saw the reasons for it, which they've been pretty transparent, it sort of reflected what we've been seeing in our own rankings, of the Russell 1000 companies. Tesla's done quite well on beneficial products, of course. It's primary product, but it doesn't do so well on worker treatment, discrimination, a lot of controversies around human rights. And when you look at what S&P has said about why it's sort of fallen down when a lot of the other auto or oil and gas companies, he mentions Exxon, have improved their performance, they've fallen to the bottom half of the industry. And that's sort of where we have them. I think they're 6 out of 11 auto companies in the Just rankings.
So, Martin, I think a lot of people look at ESG and invariably they look at the E, environmental. That's the thing that people talk about the most, perhaps more than anything else. And the question is whether that E is worth more than the S and the G in certain cases. And then, of course, they look at, an oil company and they say, how is it possible an oil company is on this list? Yeah. No, I understand that. Look, I can't speak to others' methodologies, but Just Capital, we don't decide what those issues are or what the weights are. We ask the American people. We do that on a fully representative basis, across all political ideologies, gender, race, et cetera. And what you see actually is quite a lot of agreement. You look at the top 3 issues that we measure: fair pay, creates jobs in the U.S., and is more accountable to stakeholders. So, we see broad agreement on those issues, and we just try to let the data do the talking. So, I feel good about how we've approached it, but I could see, ESG has been developing over the 25 years I've been involved in this space. It's moving towards more standards, more consistency, more confidence in the data, but it's not there yet. It's got a ways to go. And I think what you're seeing is... Do you see the argument that people are making? I mean, sure. Tesla would argue, not wrongly, that I would argue to you that Tesla's had a greater impact on the automotive industry and all of the climate-related issues than just about any other company in the business. Now, I don't know, maybe you gave them credit in previous years and they're not supposed to get credit now. This is where I think people think that this is all some kind of political, activism taking place. It's
a blizzard of activism. No, look, I think I can understand it totally. But if you're judging a company on one thing, its product or climate, as you say, on ESG, maybe you come to a different conclusion, but ESG doesn't really do that. Certainly Just Capital doesn't do that. You got to look across the whole range of issues that make a company great. And Tesla's a great story. They created a ton of jobs, great product. They do really well on customer treatment, things like that. But there's other areas where they can improve. And if they really want to be a leader, if Elon really wants to be an American business, leader for today, for the 21st century, you got to do a little bit more than one thing.